an awkward angle. But it's fine. Whatever. I'm streaming stuff. I was gonna do a little design work, and I actually did a little bit of design work um, with my Discord community last week. And so this is like still a work in progress, and I only have like an hour, so I'll only be on for about an hour, and I'll probably ramble a lot, and because this is definitely like just me doing my thing. And so I don't know if anybody will gain anything out of this, but I figure it's a little behind the scenes kind of thing. And if you like this kind of stuff, we'll keep doing it. But yeah. So I'm making a notebook for Vampire the Masquerade. I'm trying to get it done before I go to con, which is like 2 weeks from now. And I still have to get it printed and stuff, so who knows if that'll actually happen. Regardless, it's a Vampire the Masquerade notebook, and I already have the cover done, printed. They just sent me a proof of it this last week, so I should have those shortly, and I'll kind of show that because it kind of is the design is all going to flow together, and that will be kind of the main point of reference as I go through this. And we're going for kind of, I like to do eras, right? So my first one was kind of just like a classic cartoony thing, and I liked it, but it had no like theme, and that's why it's called the classic one because it's classically bad. Hi, Flint. So instead, I ended up doing like an Art Deco theme, and I really liked that. But there's other kinds of eras, right? So I did Art Deco for Pathfinder. I did like an Art Nouveau one, and for this one, I'm aiming for like Edwardian, which if you don't know anything about those different eras, they each have like very specific design elements when it comes to like literature and books. Flint, hi. I know. So we're kind of going for Edwardian. I made a notebook that was in this kind of vein. I called it the Lumitera one. It's for Illuminated Worlds, which is the system for Candela Obscura, the critical role thing. So you'll see I kind of like bounce between the two just because there are a lot of things I like about the Lumitera design that I want to kind of emulate, but I want to give this its own style. Because the cool thing about all of these notebooks and all of these things is I'm going to make page packs out of them, and then you could literally mix and match and choose whatever you want. So, because you can do that, um, that kind of uh, means I want each one to be a little bit different so you can mix and match your style accordingly. I kind of need this arm, buddy. Um, so, without further ado, and to get rid of this weird angle, although you get to see Flint, this is Flint. He's Mama's boy. And I really have to get some of this done in the next hour because the goal was to have everything done by yesterday, and that didn't happen, partially because I was sick last week with COVID, and then my baby got sick, and then my husband got sick, and it's just been crazy. And then we're also prepping for two conventions at the end of this month. So the plan was to get this done yesterday. That did not happen. I'm so far behind, and I'm kind of stuck in the design aspects of this. But this isn't like a tutorial or anything. Obviously, it's just kind of off the cuff, rambling. If people have questions, great. Drop them in the comments or in the chat. I do have the chat up. That doesn't mean I'll be looking at it very well because I'm really bad at this whole streaming thing. And, but yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So let me find is it this one? Nope, not that one. It's this one. Okay, so, oh, don't look at that. So this is the notebook that we're working on. So I'm using InDesign. So, and of course, this is my gaming computer. So because it's my gaming computer, it's not got all my settings, which is annoying. Because every time you install InDesign, you have to like change the settings for each computer, and it's got all these stupid tutorials. InDesign, I don't need your tutorials every time you update. Please stop. But anyway. I digress. Um, so yes, so this is InDesign. I'll also be going into Photoshop because last time I was trying so hard with this character sheet, and you guys won't know, but it's changed so much, and it still sucks so much. Um, but these guys here, so you see this like little fence, and this little bat guy, and this little bat guy, like they are all technically um, drawings. I actually use Procreate on my iPad with a pencil to draw these out because it's easier. Like this guy up here is one too, but now I see him and I'm like, I don't know how to use him in this. This one is one which I did edit a little bit to make it work. This is from the Lumatera one, which I don't think I'll be using, but could. Don't hit the mic, buddy. Can you hear him purring? That'd be kind of funny. Um, stop, stop, stop. Okay. So yeah, some of this it's just hard because I also want to open actually the Pathfinder one too. Update modified link. Stop rubbing on the mic, please. Um, ouch! Don't use the claws. I know I'm not paying attention to him, so he's using his claws now to remind me that he's there. Are you opening or are you not opening? We'll see. Regardless, the Pathfinder one, if you've ever played Pathfinder, you have levels of your proficiency and you add those in. So there's like a million boxes on your screen. And I tried really hard. Oh, I tried really hard. That is a font. That, please hold. There you go. What was I saying? Oh, they have so many skills, and I tried really hard to make it look pretty, and here it is. I made it like look pretty good. But I want to kind of mimic that same clean feeling while still having style, and that's the hard part. So in this one is based off of an Art Nouveau style, right? So this we got a lot of circles. We've got like, some curves, and because that's kind of what it is. It's very curvy, very it's not as linear and pointy and all of that as like Art Deco. These are not technical terms, can you tell? It's also Thursday. I don't have a lot of words on Thursday, although I'm speaking a lot and at a million miles an hour. But for the Candela Obscura one, they don't have as many stats to like manage. Oh, the fonts are going to be in red because it thinks I don't have this font. But I do, and we won't worry about it because it's not like I'm printing it on here. But, they don't have as much stuff. I did have a really cool, this is on the cover, this little moth guy. Um, so I will probably steal a little bit from this just because this feels clean too. So that's why I have both of those up. But this is what we got so far, and it sucks. I do need to open, let's pull this over here so you don't see all my 8 million files. I do need to pull up the Vampire the Masquerade book. In particular, the under assets, book reference, the character sheet. There it is. Oh, I don't have, it's fine. Open it in this. Here you go. So here's the character sheet. We could actually pull this out. Thank you. Oh God. Here we go. Let's do this. Because I have room. Oh, all right. No, I don't. There we go. All right. So, yeah. So this is the form fillable one. So obviously, if you have this printed in one of these blue boxes, which is good because I don't know how you would live with all that. I've also not played Vampire the Masquerade. I watched a few videos and I kind of understand, but I don't want to get too specific either because I want this to work for anybody. And I know that people like tweak rules to fit their table and all of that stuff. So the goal is to make something that'll work even if you twist the rules a little bit. So I just don't know what to do. So I did add, I started drawing some extra tidbits that might help me because I was like, this just, it looks ugly. Like I just couldn't figure out a way to make this look good. So I hope I uploaded it. What day is today? The 7th. This has got to be it. Oh, do I have Photoshop installed on my PC? Of course I don't. Can I open it with Illustrator? That's how I would want it to be opened anyway. We'll try. Um, I use the Creative Suite for everything. Convert layers to objects. Yes. Import hidden layer. Yes. Show preview. Can you? Um, because I pay for it and it's expensive, and you know, if you can get away with not using it, highly recommend. But for me, I'm now so ingrained in this Adobe world. Wow, why did it make it so small? That there's no going back. So I drew these little things. Yeah. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, it got it all. So I started trying to doodle this. I don't know. It's I was just trying to make some things. You know, it's hard to like be creative all the time. I guess layer 9 is not an actual thing. All right, so I don't think we need that. That's the background. We need this guy though. So I'm gonna have to probably copy, paste. I don't know about this box either. Obviously, I didn't even clean it up. Like you can see there's like stray lines and stuff. Crop. I just want this guy. There's other ways to do this. There's a million ways to do anything in Photoshop and Illustrator. Let's be honest. I'm going to crop it more so it's more even. But, and I am by no means an expert, even though I've been doing this for, God knows, at least college. But I know that I'm not doing things the way that's. I never got official like training in this, so I've been self-taught. So I'm sure there are easier ways, and if you know of easier ways, great. Please tell me, and I will consider them. Look at this mess. It looks horrible. Okay, so here we go. We need to make sure displays high quality so it's not too pixely. It won't be as pixely normally when I actually print it. But I was thinking this might look just a little bit better, you know, than this. It's just felt too, I'm not sure, just didn't feel good. So this is also, I don't know that I like, I mean, I know that they are in fact separated by that, but I just not sure about that. Oh, it has a white background. No, of course it does. We'll put it behind. We also can adjust frames. So if you've never used InDesign, well, darn. I just want to change the frame, not the. InDesign uses frames. Frames are a pain in the butt. I don't want to. It's fine. We'll just ignore it then. But frames let you like drop stuff in and like arrange stuff supposedly more easily. So you can just drop like images you put into Illustrator and edit it, and you could drop them in here. And it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's honestly it's pretty easy. I think this guy. I'm also thinking I make a line. Let's take this one. Do I have this somewhere else too? In case I want it? No. So it's just. Oh man. I just duplicated it. So that was Control Shift Alt. Uh, Control Alt will duplicate it. If you hold Shift, it keeps it in the line. Fun facts. I want another line that's this thick. And like, before you freak out, like, Shift to keep it straight. I print these in-house first to make sure they look good because you never know if this line will like look funny because it's not, hand drawn. Um, Move it up. Hi, Flinky. Yes, I see you, buddy. Yes, you're sweet. Yeah, it's gonna be off. All right. So here's the other thing we can do. Takes more time, but we can do it. So we take this and we're gonna image trace it. It does make it look funny, so we have to like edit it. And this takes time. So here's all your image trace stuff, and we're going to go to advanced because one, we need to ignore the white because we don't want the background. The threshold, oof, too much. It kind of depends. I'm thinking like there. We want it to be fills. We want it to be more round, which I think is this way. Stop rubbing on the mic, buddy. Thank you. I know. I love you too. Snap curves two lines. We're gonna undo that because we want it to be curvy. Corners can be a little less. Where are you going? Yeah, I literally just have to play with this. Paths. So more paths means like more detail. Less paths like means you have less of that, but it looks kind of clunky. I know, buddy. He's like, please just pet me. I don't want to leave. Lay down. Thank you. Noise is also the same, so like how wiggly your lines are, which mine aren't super wiggly, so I'm hoping. Actually, that looks pretty cool. That's not how it actually looked. That's the other thing. Sometimes you start to do this and then you realize like, oh, this looks better than what I had. Like this little, it kind of does. um, it doesn't look perfectly symmetrical, but 75 was pretty good. Ow, Flint. This is because normally I work from the office and I'm working from home today, and he's like, "Why are you here?" Yeah, see, the more paths you get, the wigglier it gets. It's ugly. Okay, 75 was what we were at before. That looked pretty good. So we're gonna stick with 75 corners. I'm gonna go up a little because I kind of want more straight edge in there. Okay, that's noisier. I'm thinking that. If we simplify it, what happens? No. 19. That's not too bad. It's not perfect. And these are touching. And that's But it's okay. What happens then? No. So strokes is just the like a lot of times it just does the outside lines, which is annoying. Yep, I think that's good. So I've got all our settings. I'm gonna hit expand, and now they're gonna be, this is really hard to do with a cat on your arm. Alright, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So I'm gonna actually just draw a line or a square here and just adjust it to meet that. Need to zoom in more. Okay, you see how there's like this one little bit that's like popping up over the line. We're actually just gonna yoink. Oh god. Nope. We're not going to attach it. You could merge the shapes together and then you don't have to edit it anymore. But because I don't know how big the boxes are going to be, I'm not going to do that, but I am going to group them together. I need you to line up better. And I want you to line up like this. Again, because it's traced the image, it's not going to be perfect, there we go. Which is kind of annoying, but all right. Zoom out a little bit. I'm just going to take these, copy paste, rotate, smack. Almost. I can move them both a little bit. Eek. The hardest part. What happened there? Some sort of bug. I'm actually going to pull it all the way up here. Yeah, and then I'm going to I don't want to edit that path too much. There. Perfect. Do that. I'll do the same thing now. Move it in a little. And start way up here. Yeah. That'll make it look clean the whole way through. Oops. I'm just going to select these two. I'm using a lot of shortcuts. So like A is this tool. What is this called? Direct selection, and V is just selection. And I switched between them. So that's selection. I just want these points, so I'm gonna do this. Hit Shift to click the other two, then hold Shift to make it big. Down chicken wow. And pull it down here. And there we go. So that looks a little cleaner. We're gonna group this all together. Copy. It's hard. My mic is in the way too, so I'm like, what button am I on? Ow, flame. It's fine. I didn't need a leg. And we're gonna go ahead, go to InDesign. Can pop this guy back up too. I'm gonna delete this. Delete. 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 Paste. Now it'll be one, the box will be perfect on it. Two, I can actually edit it now. So if I double click to break up the group, again, A for direct selection, just going to direct select these. And I could literally move it all the way down like it's nothing. I'm going to do that over here. Oop. Oop. Try again. I hit shift too soon, so then it unselected a point. Unselected? Deselected. There you go. And now we need to clean it up. So I was thinking I do this. Let's do direct. Let's ungroup these. So Control Shift G. I'm gonna do this. Now this guy needs to be in a group. Line this up. And then I was gonna do this. I was thinking. Okay, that was the opposite of what I wanted. Control to, if you hold control, you can adjust the size of things without like distorting it or just changing the, I'm sorry, without changing the box, the frame itself, but I still didn't do what I wanted, so that, oops, I'll put this right here, pull it forward, Control Shift bracket, right bracket, not left bracket, and there's that. Does that look cool? Does that look bad? I'm not sure. W gets rid of all your frame boxes, so it's nice to use to like see things. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's do this too. Control Shift G. Let's duplicate this guy and flip it. Also, can we make it not as dark? Oof, not the box. Okay. Actually, let's keep it for now. Yeah, let's keep it for now. Let's just do one thing at a time. And get rid of this. Other thing people forget often is white space. White space is good. People are like, oh, you have extra space there. Maybe it's because like in old, and this might be the marketer in me, old advertising days where, oof, I need these to line up or my OCD will kill me. And you know, you had so much space on a page and it's like they want you to fill it because you still charge for that much or whatever. Don't do that. You don't have to fill everything. In fact, I recommend not filling up everything because it's ugly if you have way too much going on. Ooh, no, I like it lined up over here. So we line this up. This guy in the back. This guy grouped. Move up. This is it. This is what the design process is like. A lot of maneuvering little tiny things over and over again. Welcome. This is my life. I actually don't hate it. It might sound like I'm making fun of it. It's actually kind of fun for me, especially when you see the design at the end and you're like, I did that. And it looks good. Well, right now it looks bad. Oh, fine. Okay, good. I can move and not sit like that, like a well, I'm still sitting like a maniac, but sit slightly more comfortably. These aren't lined up, are they? They don't look like it. There. Is that better? This is too high. Let's move all of them down. I need my boxes. I think I'm gonna line it up. I don't know. Uh, Maybe one of them is off. Doesn't seem like it. It took me forever just to pick these fonts. That was the biggest thing when I was doing this on Discord the other day. And people had to watch me struggle and choose 8 million fonts. And by people, I mean mostly Evan in the community. But it's the design is 80% the font though. So if you are looking for style, the simplest, or looking to change something up, the simplest thing you can do is probably change the text on the thing, and that will change the style completely. We're going to copy, we're going to paste, we're going to flip. Sure, there's probably easier ways to do this. Ooh, I like that it made a little box up there. That was unintentional, but I like that. These are too long. Well, no, that's probably fine. Okay. Other shortcut, Control Alt C, makes the frame fit your text. Okay. Now it's just lining all the things up. Nope. Line it up. Control Shift G, get rid of that. Hello. Fast charge mode on. Oh, that's my mouse. Guess my mouse needs charged. Control Shift G. A wireless charging mouse. It's very nice. Highly recommend. It's a Logitech. Uh-huh. Do that. Need more white space. Let's group these. Actually, ungroup for a second. Let's group these. Line it up first, then group them. And then we need to do the same for these. So we can play with that idea in a second. Let's ungroup them again. It's a lot of ungrouping and grouping. Again, you could use direct selection and stuff. And that's, probably how they intended things to be done. But sometimes it's just easier to keep certain things grouped. So you see how this is like super long, right? It's just not gonna work to that degree because it's just a long word. Instead of making the print smaller, which I could do, I could go over here, select it, and just make it like 8-point font, which works, sure, but if it's tiny then, and we need people to be able to read it. So these were 10. Instead, what I'm going to do is actually adjust the spacing between the letters. That's this here, um, called tracking. I know these are all, yeah, kerning is like the tilt of your letters. So whether they're like italicized or not, you can actually, if that's the cool thing about InDesign, you could go in and really edit your text, which is why I'm using InDesign as opposed to like Word or something. So we're actually going to make it smaller. I think earlier I did like negative 110 or something. Oops, wrong way. So 150. So it just made it squished it, which kind of, it works. It's a lot less noticeable than making this particular line super small, print-wise. So we're going to do that. We're going to adjust this line too. What we need to do is Control-Alt-C this box because I was lining it up to the box. Oh no. Oh, it is lined up to the box. Wow. Good job. Okay, so the only thing is there's nothing coming out this way, and all the other ones there is. So we're actually going to move all of these just slightly to the right, just to give it more of a tail. And then W, oops, double click to select, line it up, and adjust. This is too high. Now I'm just eyeballing it. There's probably a better way to do that than to eyeball it. You're welcome to do it that way instead. Oops, was this centered? I don't remember. Control-Shift-G. We actually might need a smaller box. Maybe. We're going to do the same thing we did with that and adjust. Well, first let's delete these guys. Pull these guys down. And then we're going to adjust the tracking on here. Where is it? There it is. We'll just start with -150 because that's what it was for the other one. Control-Alt-C. Oops. Lots of Control-Z for me. All the undoing. Stop doing that. Select this. Thank you. Do the same. I should have taken headache medicine. I meant to, but I did not. There we go. Adjust this line. Nope, the line, please. Still think it might need something else. But this is better than it was looking before. This little decal really is adding a lot. Control-0 to zoom all the way out and get the full picture of this particular page, ignoring this guy. That is a lot better. So let's see. Let's adjust it so that I think I want to put this behind. Let's try it. Even though that was centered, it didn't look centered to me, so I pushed it up. Sometimes off-center feels visually more center than not. Another trick for design, because design is not perfect. It's also just what our eyes see. So sometimes things look better when it's not perfect. Okay, that's going to be a pain. So we're going to click this guy, and we're going to lock him. You can Control-L that too. Oops. Am I in the right one? Nope, I'm in direct selection. All right. Click, drag, line this up. That's good. I don't know that I want it in there. So, in the border, I mean. Yeah. Group this. Now I think this, okay, we can't drop it too low, so there'll be some white space on the bottom. Use some white space in the top. We'll move this guy up just slightly. Move this guy up. Again, we need white space. But then we'll align this between all three of these things. Then Control Z and look at it in W for our, what is it called? I don't know what it's called. Preview mode. That makes sense. Yeah, that's definitely better. I do think these need to be lighter. It's just ungroup it all. Direct select these because they're text. We're going to change it if it'll let me. It did not. So we're just going to do like this. We're going to use the color tool, copy this guy, and just select these. Direct select this guy and this guy. See if I can select them all. Oops. Why? It won't let me. Fine. We'll just do one at a time. Then we're just gonna make sure it's lined up. That's easier than clicking each individual line. And now look at it. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now for the hard part. All these skills, which technically are in alphabetical order. So if you look at the actual thing here on the right, they're all in alphabetical order, but they're also aligned based on physical, social, mental. I looked at some people, other people's like designs for this, and a lot of people just put it in this big column. So I thought I would try to do that, but then it there's just something about it that doesn't work for me. So I was thinking we would just copy these little title nameplates and then go from there and like maybe make three different boxes for each one. Um, but we'll see. I also have this guy. He's supposed to be something. I don't know. A little bat wing of some sort. But I was thinking this could delineate between them. So if I hit shift and control, it should keep things kind of at similar proportions. Because this guy was too much. So I'm deleting him. He's a little much. So this here, this here, and this here. Is that a thing? Is that a line? Or is that a, it's not, it doesn't exist. That happens a lot. Probably because I'm streaming too and my computer's like, you think you can do all of these things at one time? So I was thinking maybe I just do something like this. That's too big. Let's go back. Let's make him smaller then. Yeah, let's turn it upside down. No. Yeah, that feels better. Makes my eye follow it differently, I feel. Okay, so we do need a title. I do like this box, but I don't like this box. It's a very love-hate relationship I have for this. Maybe we keep it, and then we do a double line down. Let's try that. So in InDesign, you can they already have a lot of things built in, which is nice. So you could do a double line from up here, thick to thin. You can't tell because it's tiny. Let's do the opposite. Thin to thick. Line it up. Okay, that's not bad. Let's add some titles though. So, group. Control Alt to drag and drop. I'm holding Shift to keep it in line. Move this down, hold Shift. Nope. There you go. Kind of heavy on one side. Do we like that? All the questions. I'm not sure. Alright, so let's do this. Actually, that's not enough white space below. Let's do that. This guy up. Are these all lined up? They don't seem like they are to me. There we go. Line it up. Copy, paste. Group, because I didn't group it. Up, because we need space below. Does not seem perfect. Maybe we also put this guy down here. Yeah, so we need to pull it all up. Hopefully this isn't too boring. Probably is boring though. I'm going to get rid of this guy. I don't want the little bat wing down there. Instead I want just the two lines. So I'm just going to copy paste. Well, actually it's technically one stroke, one line. So do this. Come all the way in. This one come all the way down. Get that little corner do flicky going because I do like that. W. It does need this the right side. Yeah. Drop. And there we go. It's pretty boring, but it's fine. I like it. That's all that matters. Yeah, there you go. I think we need to get this guy over a little. Ooh, not that far. And then none of these are centered. That's not surprising. Just move it slightly. Oh boy, it wants to snap. Auto snapping. I have a love-hate relationship with auto snapping. There we go. Still looks off, but it's closer. What if I do that? It's too close to the end. It's probably fine. Sometimes I also get too particular about whether something is perfect. So it's the perfectionism. It's bad and it's good. All right. I think that looks way better than what I had before. I'm gonna put it closer to this though. I think character name needs to move. We locked this, so we need to unlock it. Layers. You can see all the layers that don't have names. Select this. That's another thing I'm bad at is naming layers. But I would like to say probably not the only one who doesn't name her layers. Select this, group it. So we got our attributes box here. See, I just don't know. Maybe this is the problem. Maybe this guy is the reason I'm having such a hard time. Maybe I put this guy in here. Because I like him, but I don't. Oh, we're missing a dot. You see that? That little dot got... Yeah, those dots didn't get grouped for some reason. There we go. What if I, instead of this guy, use this guy, make this... Oh, wait. I grabbed the image and not the box. That's the thing you gotta watch for InDesign. Control. Nope. Let's move the box. Gotta hold control first. There we go. This doesn't look too much like a noose, though, does it? I think it does, but maybe that's okay. It's supposed to have some dark themes. Undo this. Actually, that is better. I don't know what you put in this box, though. This circle. A tiny portrait? It's too small for a portrait. What if we make it bigger, and then you actually can use it as a portrait place? That's an idea. Not that big, I guess. I could make this smaller. Again, hesitate to do that, but control first, then move. The smaller we make it, the harder it is to see and read, but we are trying to shove a lot of information in a tiny amount of space, which is most character sheets. We're going to move this up, even though it's going to hang off maybe slightly. I think that'll look better. I put this here, but I don't want it to be as dark. I don't want it to stand out. I want your name to stand out. There we go. Okay, stuff's coming along now. This is not lined up though. I can see it, and it bothers me. Oh, now it won't snap. See, now I want you to snap. You don't. It's fine. It's fine. Just don't look at it. This is not. This is hanging off. We do want to keep to the margins as closely as I can because I have someone who prints these for me and they can do these margins. Like this, the Cantrips media part might not be within the lines, which will be, you know, I'll get an email, you need to fix this. They don't sound like that. He's actually a very nice guy. Very much enjoy working with him. But not as fun. Okay, So there's that. I think we need to put, so on the, I don't, maybe health and willpower aren't as big a deal, but I feel like they need their own box. They're under attributes on the sheet, but I feel like it needs its own thing. Oop, we're hitting the camera and making things all wiggly. Um, but I really don't have a lot of time. Gotta go pick up my baby girl in like two, not 2 minutes, 10 minutes. Um, so we're trying to make this fast. The other thing is disciplines, right? So maybe I put the health. I could also, no, I don't want to change this box anymore. Um, yeah. Oops, don't do that. I think I put disciplines over here because I don't mind this little section. I just didn't know where to put it. We're gonna put disciplines kind of at the bottom here. We could make these bigger or put a line between them or something. This has to be more centered because it's not. It's not centered. There we go. Does it need a line? I feel like having it open like this makes it better. Give you more space to write. How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I saw someone numbering them. I didn't understand what that meant, but I feel like I should provide as many lines as they provide on here. So, yeah. I don't know if this is easy to read though, but I like the fence, so we're keeping it, and we'll see when we print it. We might have to change that. This is obviously not going to stay here, so I think this could just be its own little box. We need to make them, the lines not as dark. So all of these we're going to change to gray. Did that actually change them? Yes. Didn't look like it did for a second. Okay. Control-Alt-C, please. Why are you not making yourself small? I'm not sure what happened there. This is too big though, so 12 point is a little overkill. We don't need name because the name's on the other side for the character. I guess we could put player name, but that I think doesn't matter. Chronicle is something that matters. Chronicle. I feel like pronouns should be over there, actually. Let's just copy, paste the line. Oops. And put pronouns on it. Or under it. Let's do under. Let's copy this font, actually. Copy. There we go. It didn't really, I feel like it only copied the color. Yeah, it did. So instead, let's change this to, yes, the font is called Neck Romancer. I did not pick that on purpose, but yeah, I like it. It's funny. Oh, that one is caps. So caps it is, but smaller. Is that how you spell pronouns? Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, you just start, oh God, you just start staring at the word so much. I accidentally hit Control Z instead of Control Alt C. That's why I pasted that in there. This needs to be lighter. There you go. Pronouns. Let's also put player name up here. No. This is on the cover too, though. Really not needed, so if it ends up being like taking up too much space, I will remove it. There. Kinda good, maybe, sorta. It filled in some white space. I'm gonna leave this, I think I'm gonna leave this side open here. You know, there's just like this strip. I think I might draw something to go in there. Like some sort of, I don't know, fancy scroll work or a bat. No, I can't draw bats. But, I mean, I could try. I drew a moth at one point, so there's that. I'm sure I could try, but all right. We need to stop. But I have most of the character sheet done now, which is good. The rest of it too, um, I did start editing because I was like, I can't figure out this character sheet, so I got frustrated and, bounced. I was like, no, let's just move to something else. So I started this one. Um, I mostly just changed the font. I don't want these. But I feel like it's not quite the same as like D&D. Like you don't have shops per se. I'm sure there are shops, but it's not like set in modern times. It's not like that. It's not quite the same. So I figure it's more like points of interest, and then you can have notes on each location. So I did that, but I was going to add this guy. Oh god, nope. Ungroup. I was gonna add this guy to that page. So like around each one of these, one, it kind of makes it all match, and then two, it's a little bit more detail. We are gonna have to edit it, but again, I'm running out of time, so. But yeah, actually, even not connecting it looks kind of cool, if I'm honest. So we'll play with that. But yeah, so some basic stuff happening here. I think I might add a line here, like a double line, just to further sub segment that the two columns. Wow, words are hard. It is definitely a Thursday. Um, and then the other thing, I didn't do much else. Oh, a relationship map. So if anybody plays Vampire the Masquerade and can explain to me what these end up looking like so that I can make it work for people. Because my understanding is there are so many people and characters you actually need like a relationship map to see how characters relate to you and your coterie. So I have your coterie is in the center. You can pull out. I'm pointing like you can see me pointing. You can draw little lines to each member of your party, and then like anybody who's related to everybody in the coterie you could just put a line to that, or you could put a line to if it's a specific player in your coterie. I honestly only, again, I haven't played, so I'm basing this off of my limited knowledge of it, and hopefully it'll still work out. But I'm leaving a box up here for like a code, um, different color pens, markers, whatever. I'm not sure what you'll have, so I'm just leaving a box up there. And then I figure I could add more, like multiple pages for the relationship map. I'm gonna add some decoration though, because obviously this is not the most beautiful page. So thinking like some bats or, um, that kind of stuff. And I think it'll be pretty good. Like, I also liked this circle that I had for the Luma Terra thing. I thought about just taking this circle and putting it in the middle, as that's like your main thing, but I don't want it to take up too much room. It's also going to span 2 pages. It's a 2-page spread, which I don't normally do because you'll have discs in the middle. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated. I'm going to have to like really play with it because I feel like this is important for the game and understanding how characters relate, and that's like a major aspect of it. So yeah, this is a very like I gotta split. So this is a very like you know short little. Sorry, the camera. I haven't changed this webcam. We're gonna this. Hi. So this is just a little short design, impromptu design thing. If you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know. I've got some people in my Discord community who kind of were like, "Oh yeah, do more of them," but like, you guys are on YouTube, and I know you're here for mostly D&D. But if you wanted to see the behind the scenes of my business, like this is a big aspect of it. It's me right now trying to learn how to play other games so I can make stuff for you guys. Especially because I get a lot of requests for Vampire the Masquerade notebooks, and that's cool to me that you want to use my notebooks for other systems, but also like learning other systems is fun. And so many systems out there have unique takes on tabletop gaming that is great. So I'm enjoying the process as well. But if you guys have something else you don't like this, I'll keep it to the Discord community. If you do like it, let me know and I can do more of it. I got other stuff we could do. Like I could talk about anything if you are interested in any of the behind the scenes. I had someone posting in the community about packaging and like shipping stuff, and that was like one of the things. I mean, that's what I do, right? I've sent almost 10,000 orders at this point. Maybe more than that because I was just looking at my Etsy shop, and that's at like 7,000 by itself, and that's not counting any of the orders that are ordered through Shopify. So who knows? But I'm an open book. I feel like if you're running your own business, it's hard enough. You don't need me to sabotage you. In fact, you need me to help you. And if we're helping each other, like I don't know. It's a hobby. So like people collect a lot of stuff in hobbies, and like a notebook is, there's not a lot of competition. I mean, there is a lot of competition. You could get a blank notebook from the dollar store or whatever for a couple bucks, and you know, you could use that instead of buying my stuff. So I don't care. I would rather help people up than, not. So if that's something you guys are into, you want to know more about behind the scenes, know more about how I do things. I am working on a video, but I haven't finished it because I need to film a little bit more of the process. But I am working on how we pack orders and make journals now, since things have changed, since there's two of us, whopping two. So because that's a little bit different, I wanted to refilm that. I also have a new intro video, also not done, but started filming. This is the problem. I started to film like three things. And I also have a Pathfinder beginner box review. I filmed most of that, and then my camera battery died. So again, more stuff in the works. It's coming. Our other live streams this month are behind. So if you, because I'm going to be at a convention for 2 weekends, and I just won't be able to run the stream and do it, unfortunately, since again, one woman show. So, well, two woman show, and so unfortunately, all of those have been pushed to next month. I'm still working out to see if we can move them up. I do plan on announcing that though on the Discord first. That's normally where I announce crap like that. And yeah, so I gotta go. I gotta split. But if you like this, please let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.